I'm glad you're here. Maybe the day has been long. Maybe it was full of noise, movement, and many small thoughts that never fully rested. Or maybe today was calm and you simply enjoy these quiet moments before sleep. Wherever you are, let this moment be gentle. Let it belong only to you. Take a slow breath in, not a deep one, just an easy breath. And as you breathe out, feel your shoulders drop a little. Let the space around your eyes soften. Let your jaw rest without effort. There is nothing you need to hold right now. Another slow breath. The room feels quieter already. The air feels softer. Tonight, there is no rush, no goal, no need to understand everything. Not thinking. A place where curiosity feels warm and light, like a small glow in the dark dot as your body settles. Imagine the day slowly fading away. Sounds grow distant. Thoughts become slower, like clouds moving across a night sky. Each one passes without asking you to. Follow dot. In this quiet space, we begin our journey. Tonight, we drift into the quiet world of quantum physics. A hidden world beneath everything we see and touch. A world made of tiny movements, soft chances, and gentle surprises. A world that does not shout its rules, but whispers them calmly in the dark. This world is not loud or sharp. It is not cold or frightening. It is small, delicate, and full of quiet beauty. It exists beneath the solid floor, beneath the walls, beneath the stars themselves, always there, always moving softly. You do not need to picture numbers or strange symbols. Instead, imagine light, mist, slow motion, tiny sparks appearing and fading like fireflies at night. Imagine a place where things are not fixed, but flow, gently like breath. As we move closer, the familiar world loosens its edges. Chairs, hands, and planets slowly dissolve into softer shapes. Everything becomes lighter, less solid, more like a dream. Here, the smallest pieces of reality live their quiet lives. They do not hurry. They do not know stress. They follow calm, patterns that have existed since the beginning of time. You might think of physics as something serious or hard, but here, in the quiet night, it feels different. It feels like a bedtime story told by the universe itself. One that does not ask you to remember details, only to listen. With each breath, you sink deeper into comfort. Your body knows how to rest. Your mind knows how to drift. You do not need to guide it. In this hidden world, particles move like gentle thoughts before sleep. They appear, disappear, and appear again. They do not stay in one place. They do not rush to decide what they are. They simply exist, softly and briefly. Light behaves like a calm visitor. Sometimes it spreads like a wave across water. Sometimes it arrives in tiny pieces, like falling snow. It never argues with itself. It just moves the way it needs to move. Empty. Space is not empty here. It hums quietly. It holds energy like a deep breath waiting to be released. Even nothingness feels alive in a peaceful way. As you listen, your breathing becomes slower without trying. The space between breaths grows longer. Your body feels warmer, heavier, safer. This story is not meant to keep you awake. It is meant to walk beside you as you drift. If your thoughts wander, that is fine. If images fade, that is fine too. The story will keep flowing like a river you do not need to watch. Quantum physics is often described as strange, but tonight it feels familiar, like the feeling just before sleep when thoughts no longer follow rules and everything feels possible and gentle at the same time. In this world, certainty is soft. Nothing demands full attention. Nothing insists on being known all at once. And that feels comforting. As we continue, the night grows deeper. The glow around each idea becomes dimmer and warmer. The voice slows, matching the quiet rhythm of rest. Stay here. Breathe softly. Let the day go. We are only beginning, and there is no need to hurry. As the night deepens, the familiar world begins to soften even more. The shapes you know so well begin to lose their sharp edges. Chairs no longer feel firm. Walls no longer feel solid. Even the distant stars above seem to blur, as if they are slowly closing their eyes to dot. We begin to drift away from the surface of things. Imagine yourself gently floating downward, not falling, just easing through layers of reality. The solid floor beneath you becomes less certain. It feels lighter, thinner, almost like mist. You pass through it without effort, as if gravity itself has decided to rest. Below the surface, everything grows quieter. We move past the world of everyday objects, past wood and stone, past metal and glass. Each layer fades softly, like pages turning in a slow dream. Nothing breaks, nothing cracks. Everything simply opens and lets us pass. When particles move like waves, they do not crash. They do not collide sharply. They overlap softly, blending and separating like layers of light. Where they meet, patterns form, calm patterns, simple shapes that rise and fade like reflections on water. Nothing here is wasted. Every movement leaves a soft trace, even if it lasts only a moment. As we float through this space, the idea of magic begins to feel natural. Not magic as something impossible, but magic as something delicate and surprising, something that exists quietly without needing applause. These tiny particles do not follow the rules of our everyday world. They do not stay neatly in one place. They do not always travel in straight lines. They do not behave like solid objects because, at this level, solidity has not fully formed yet. They are still deciding, and they are patient about it. You might notice how calm this feels compared to the busy surface world. There is no pressure here to become something quickly, no demand to be fixed or clear. Everything is allowed to remain soft for as long as it needs. This softness is not weakness, it is freedom. As particles drift and spread, they carry information gently through space, not with sharp signals, but with quiet influence. A change in one place creates subtle shifts elsewhere, like a whisper traveling through a silent room. The visuals show slow motion ripples passing through glowing mist. Each ripple touches another and another, until the whole space feels connected by gentle motion. Even when particles behave like waves, they are never lost. They remain present in a calm, spread-out way, like a song heard faintly from another room. You may not know exactly where it comes from, but you feel it all the same. This is one of the quiet wonders of this world. Things do not need to be sharp or solid to be real. They can be soft, spread, and gentle, and still shape everything that exists. As you listen, your own thoughts may begin to feel wave-like, too, not fixed, not sharp, just flowing softly from one feeling to the next. this is a good place to be. Nothing here asks you to understand every detail. The magic is not in knowing, but in feeling how calm it is to let reality be flexible. We continue drifting through glowing paths and slow ripples. The space around us feels warm and open. Each tiny movement adds to a larger, quiet pattern that holds the universe together without effort. And in this gentle place, where small things act like magic, it feels easy to rest, easy to let go, easy to trust that even the strangest rules can feel kind when they move slowly enough. We float onward, carried by soft waves of light, deeper into the calm heart of the night. As we drift farther into this quiet place, the feeling of solid ground fades almost completely. The idea of firmness loosens. What once felt strong and fixed now feels light, gentle, and softly alive. Nothing here is frozen. Nothing is truly still. Instead, everything hums, not with sound you can hear, but with motion you can feel. A calm, steady motion, like soft music, moving through the air long after the last note is played. In this world, matter is no longer a hard thing. It is a gentle movement, a quiet trembling that never stops, even when it seems calm. Every tiny piece of reality vibrates in its own way, like strings touched lightly by unseen fingers. Imagine standing in a quiet room late at night. The lights are low, the air is warm. You cannot hear anything, yet you know the room is not empty. The walls breathe softly. The floor holds a memory of footsteps. The silence feels full. This is how the universe feels here. Everything is alive with motion, even when it looks still. A tiny particle rests in space, yet it is never truly resting. It gently shakes, hums, and sways, not wildly, not loudly, just enough to remind us that stillness is an idea, not a rule. These vibrations move like waves of warmth through the darkness. They rise and fall, slow and steady, like a calm heartbeat. Each one carries energy, not in sharp bursts, but in soft pulses that blend into one another. The visuals around us glow faintly, showing countless tiny movements layered together. Each vibration is small on its own, almost too small to notice, but together they create everything we know: chairs, walls, stars, you. As we drift deeper, the idea of solid matter begins to change. What once felt firm now looks like space filled with tiny points of light. These points do not sit still. They sway gently, like dust floating in a sunbeam. This is the hidden world. Beneath what we see here, things are very small. So small that our eyes could never find them, no matter how hard they looked. Yet this world is everywhere. It fills every chair, every wall, every star. It is always here, quietly holding everything together. In this place, the rules feel different, not harsh, not strict, just gentle and unusual. The kind of rules you feel rather than understand. Movement here is slow and soft. Tiny particles drift. Instead of walk, they do not bump loudly into one another. They pass, overlap, and weave together like calm thoughts before sleep. Reality itself feels less solid, more like a dream that knows how to hold its shape without forcing it. Imagine watching ripples on a still lake at night. There is no wind, no sound, just smooth waves spreading and fading. This is how motion feels here. Nothing sharp, nothing sudden. As we move deeper still, even the idea of direction becomes less clear. Up and down lose their meaning. Near and far feel like suggestions, not rules. Everything exists in a gentle balance. You may notice how peaceful this feels. There is no weight here, no pressure, no need to decide what anything is right away. Particles do not rush to become something solid. They take their time. They rest in possibility. This world beneath what we see is not dark. It glows softly, like embers under ash. Tiny flashes appear and fade, not calling for attention, just quietly being themselves. The space between things is wide here, much wider than the things themselves. Most of reality at this level is open space, calm, quiet, empty space that hums with gentle energy. It feels almost like breathing, a slow expansion, a soft release. Your own breath seems to match this rhythm. Now, in and out, nothing forced, nothing held too tightly. As we drift through this hidden world, it becomes clear that solidity is an illusion made of patience. Objects feel solid because countless tiny movements agree, moment by moment, to stay close, to move together, to rest in balance. But beneath that agreement, everything is free to move. This is why reality feels like a quiet dream here. Things are not locked in place. They are suggested into place, encouraged gently to behave a certain way, but never forced. There is kindness in these rules, flexibility, a sense that the universe prefers calm cooperation over control. Particles do not shout their presence. They whisper it. They exist briefly, then shift, then exist again somewhere slightly different, like thoughts that come and go as you drift toward sleep. Nothing here demands your focus. You are free to observe or simply float past as we continue. Deeper, the everyday world feels farther away. Its sharp edges, its clear shapes, its firm rules fade into a soft memory. What remains is this gentle foundation beneath it all, a place where reality is allowed to be uncertain, a place where movement feels like rest, a place where even the smallest things are calm. Stay here for a moment. Let the quiet of this hidden world wrap around you. Let its softness sink into your body. There is no need to understand it fully. Just being near it is enough. We will continue drifting soon, moving gently through this quiet landscape. But for now, rest in this space beneath what we see, where reality breathes slowly and everything feels light. As we continue drifting through this quiet, hidden world, something gentle begins to feel different. The smallest things around us no longer behave the way we expect. They do not move like balls rolling on a floor or stones sinking into water. Instead, they move in ways that feel soft, surprising, and almost magical. Here, tiny particles do not rush from one place to another. They glide, they spread, they pause. Their motion feels unhurried, as if time itself has decided to slow down and watch. Sometimes, these tiny things feel like small dots of light, clear and simple, present in one place, glowing softly like a distant star seen through mist. And then, without warning or effort, they begin to behave differently. They stretch out, they spread like ripples on a still pond at night. In one quiet moment, a particle feels like a point. In the next, it feels like a wave, flowing gently through space. It does not choose one form forever. It moves between them, calmly and naturally, as if both ways of being are equally comfortable. There is no struggle here, no confusion, no sudden change. Everything happens smoothly, like a slow turn in a dream. Imagine throwing a small pebble into a dark lake under moonlight. The pebble disappears quickly, but the ripples remain. They move outward in soft circles, growing wider and quieter as they go. This is how waves move here, gentle, even peaceful. Now imagine that the pebble itself is also somehow spread across those ripples, not lost, not broken, just shared across space in a calm, graceful way. This is how these small things exist. The visuals around us glow faintly as paths of light appear. Thin lines trace where particles might go, not as fixed roads, but as gentle possibilities. Many paths overlap. Some fade, some grow brighter for a moment before dissolving again. Nothing is decided too quickly. In this world, certainty is not rushed. Tiny particles are allowed to explore many options at once, like thoughts drifting through the mind just before sleep. You do not force them to settle. You let them wander until they gently rest on their own. As you watch these glowing paths, you may feel a sense of wonder, not the loud kind that demands attention, but a quiet kind that feels warm in the chest, the kind that makes you breathe a little slower without realizing it. There is beauty in how gentle this all feels, all formed from motion, agreeing to stay close. This idea settles slowly, like a blanket being gently pulled over the mind. Nothing in the universe is fully quiet. Even silence holds movement. Even emptiness carries a soft hum. You might begin to notice how this mirrors your own body. Your chest rises and falls. Your heart moves with calm rhythm. Even at rest, you are never truly still. Life flows quietly through you. In this hidden world, the same gentle truth applies to all things. Vibrations pass through space like slow breaths. They overlap, blend, and support one another. Where they meet, matter takes shape. Where they drift apart, space opens gently. Nothing crashes, nothing breaks. Everything moves in harmony, like a soft song with no beginning and no end. Some vibrations are slow and deep. They feel heavy and grounding. Others are light and quick, like faint sparks of motion, dancing briefly before fading. Together, they form layers of reality, stacked softly like sheets of warm air. The idea that matter is made of motion does not feel strange here. It feels comforting. It means that everything is connected by rhythm, by shared movement, by gentle flow. As we float through this space, the world feels less rigid, less demanding. The hard edges of thought begin to soften. You may feel your own body responding, sinking deeper into rest. The quiet hum of the universe matches your breathing now, in, out, slow and steady. Even silence is not empty. It is full of tiny vibrations, resting so closely together that they feel calm, like a lake at night, smooth on the surface, but alive beneath. These movements never stop, but they never rush either. They have all the time they need. Time itself seems to slow in their presence, stretching gently, allowing each vibration to exist fully. This is the soft truth beneath everything. Reality is not built from still pieces stacked together. It is woven from motion, layered and patient, always moving just enough to remain alive. You do not need to remember this idea. You do not need to hold on to it. Let it wash over you and then drift away if it wants. The feeling is enough. As we continue forward, the gentle vibrations remain all around us, like a quiet lullaby playing just below the edge of hearing. They carry us deeper into calm, deeper into the night, where motion and rest exist together in perfect balance. Stay here, feel the hum. Let everything move softly, including you, as the gentle vibrations continue to hum all around us. Something warm begins to move through the quiet space. It does not rush, it does not announce itself. It simply arrives, like a calm visitor stepping softly into a dark room. This is light. Here, light is not harsh or blinding. It does not flash or glare. It drifts. It flows gently through the scene, touching everything without effort, without demand. It feels kind, almost caring, as if it knows we are resting. Light moves like a traveler with no fixed path. Sometimes it spreads out smoothly, like a slow wave rolling across a quiet sea. At night, it glides through space, wide and gentle, carrying warmth with it. Other times, it arrives in tiny pieces, like soft grains of glowing dust, floating patiently in the air. It never chooses just one way to be. Light is comfortable with change. As waves, it feels continuous and calm. You can imagine it stretching across space, rising and falling in slow motion. These waves do not crash, they do not break. They move evenly, peacefully, like breath flowing in and out of the body. As tiny packets, light feels delicate. Small points of glow appear and disappear quietly, like fireflies blinking in the distance. Each one carries just enough energy to exist, nothing more, nothing less. Both forms feel natural here. There is no conflict between them. Light does not argue with itself about what it should be. It simply is what the moment asks for, and then gently becomes something else when needed. The visuals around us glow softly now. Warm tones spread through the darkness, easing the space, making everything feel safer and more welcoming. Shadows soften, edges blur. The quiet grows deeper, not heavier. Light touches particles as it passes, and they respond with gentle movement. Nothing sharp, nothing sudden, just small shifts, like leaves moving slightly when a breeze passes through. You may notice how comforting this feels. Light does not demand attention. It does not force clarity. It allows things to be seen softly, without pressure. It shows just enough, and then lets the rest remain calm and hidden. As waves, light carries patterns across space. Slow ripples of brightness move outward, overlapping gently, creating quiet designs that rise and fade. These patterns do not need to be understood. They exist simply to be beautiful. As tiny packets, light feels more personal. Each small glow feels like a soft knock on reality, reminding it to stay awake, but never startling it. These small arrivals are patient, never overwhelming. In this place, light feels like a guest who knows when to speak and when to remain silent. You might feel your own body responding to this warmth. Muscles loosen slightly, breathing deepens without effort. The glow feels like a blanket drawn gently around the mind. Light here is not a tool. It is not something used. It is something shared. It moves freely through space, unbothered by walls or distance. It does not stop to ask permission. It does not leave marks. It passes through, leaving comfort behind. This gentle behavior is part of what makes this world feel so calm. Even the things that travel do so with care. As we float alongside this soft visitor, time feels slower. Moments stretch gently. Each glow lingers just long enough to be felt before fading naturally into the quiet. Light never fully disappears. Even when it dims, it remains present in subtle ways, like warmth held in memory after a candle is blown out. In this hidden world, light connects everything. It links distant particles with gentle touch. It carries quiet information from one place to another, never shouting, never rushing. It feels like a whisper traveling through darkness, heard not by ears, but by space itself. You do not need to follow light closely. You can let it drift past you, feeling its warmth as it goes. You can rest in its glow, knowing it will not disturb your calm. As we continue our slow journey, light remains with us, sometimes close, sometimes distant, always kind. It moves in waves and tiny pieces, never choosing just one form, because it does not need to dot here. Light knows how to be gentle. And as it drifts onward, so do we, carried quietly deeper into the peaceful rhythm of the night. As the soft glow of light drifts onward, it slowly thins, leaving behind a wide, open quiet. The space around us feels vast now, darker, deeper. At first glance, it may seem empty, as if there is nothing here at all. But as we rest in this stillness, something gentle becomes clear. This space is not empty. It is calm. It is open, but it is full. The darkness is not flat or silent. It holds a quiet depth, like a night sky before dawn. If you look closely, faint sparkles appear, then fade. Tiny points of light flicker softly, not calling attention to themselves, just reminding us that something is always happening, even in stillness. This is empty space as it truly is. Here, nothingness hums gently, not with sound, but with presence. A soft energy fills the darkness, like warmth lingering after a long day. It does not move quickly. It waits. It rests. Imagine standing alone in a wide field at night. There is no wind, no voices, yet the air feels alive. You can sense the ground beneath you, the sky above you, the quiet between them. This space feels the same. Even when there seems to be nothing, there is something. The visuals show slow movement, almost too slow to notice. Subtle waves pass through the darkness. Gentle shifts ripple across the space, like breath moving through sleep. These motions are not strong. They do not disturb. They simply exist. This quiet energy does not rush to become matter. It does not hurry to form light or particles. It remains patient, balanced, comfortable in its calm state. And yet, at any moment, it could change. From this gentle nothingness, something can appear. A small spark, a brief shimmer, a tiny vibration rising up before softly fading again. Nothing forces it to happen. Nothing prevents it either. This makes empty space feel kind. It does not hold tightly. It does not push away. It allows as we float here. The darkness feels warm rather than cold. It wraps around us like a soft blanket. The absence of sharp shapes gives the mind room to rest. There is nothing to focus on, nothing to solve, just space, just quiet. This calm is not fragile. It is steady, strong in its softness. The universe trusts this space to hold everything that will ever exist. Stars are born here. Light begins here. Particles rise gently from this calm and then return to it again. Empty space is like a deep breath held between moments. You may notice how your own breathing mirrors this now. The pause between breaths feels longer, more peaceful. That space is not empty either. It holds rest. In this hidden world, space itself plays an active role. It is not just a background. It is a quiet partner, supporting every movement without asking for attention. The faint sparkles you see are not accidents. They are gentle reminders that energy is always present, even when it is calm. These sparkles appear softly, like thoughts before sleep, then fade without leaving a trace. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is forced. This strange calm allows the universe to breathe. As we remain here, time feels slower. Moments stretch gently, like shadows growing longer in the evening light. There is no pressure to move on, no need to fill the silence. Darkness feels friendly. It invites rest. It invites stillness. It invites trust as we drift onward. We carry this feeling with us, the understanding that even when things seem empty, they are full of quiet life. Even when nothing appears to be happening, something gentle always is. And in this strange calm of empty space, it feels easy to let go, to float, to sink deeper into the peaceful rhythm of the night. As we float within this calm, open space, something delicate begins to happen. Very softly, without warning, tiny particles appear. They do not arrive with sound or force. They simply emerge like a thought that rises gently just before sleep. For a brief moment, they are here, and then, just as quietly, they fade away. These particles do not announce themselves. They do not ask to be noticed. They come and go with the ease of breathing, leaving behind only a feeling, a small echo of wonder that lingers in the quiet. This is a place where existence is gentle. Some particles live only for the shortest moment. They shimmer into being, glow faintly, and then dissolve back into the calm space around them. They do not struggle to stay. They do not fear leaving. They follow a rhythm older than time itself. Watching them feels peaceful. Imagine lying awake in the dark just before sleep when thoughts drift in without effort. One thought appears. It feels clear for a second. Then it slowly fades, replaced by another or by nothing at all. There is no need to hold onto it. No need to push it away. This is how these particles behave. They exist just long enough to be felt in the darkness. Faint flickers appear, like distant stars blinking through thin clouds. Each flicker carries a quiet presence, a reminder that reality is always moving, even when it feels still. And yet, nothing here feels rushed or urgent. The coming and going feels natural. There is comfort in this softness. The idea that something can exist without needing to last forever. That being present, even briefly, is enough. In this hidden world, uncertainty is not something to fear. It is something to rest within. Particles here do not need to stay in one state. They are allowed to appear, to explore a moment of existence, and then to return to the calm space they came from. Nothing is lost. Nothing is broken. The space welcomes them back without judgment as we drift among these quiet arrivals and departures. The idea of permanence begins to soften. Things do not need to stay the same to matter. They do not need to last to be real. This understanding feels warm, not heavy. The visuals show gentle pulses of light forming briefly, then dissolving like mist touched by morning air. Each pulse leaves behind a subtle glow, a memory of movement that fades slowly, peacefully. There is beauty in this rhythm. Appear, rest, fade, again and again. These particles do not follow a strict schedule. They do not arrive in neat lines or patterns. Their timing feels relaxed, as if guided by a soft suggestion rather than a firm rule. This makes the space feel alive, yet calm. Nothing demands attention. Nothing insists on being understood. You are free to watch or simply feel the gentle flow of presence and absence around you as uncertainty settles in. It does not bring tension. Instead, it brings release. The need to know exactly what will happen next begins to loosen. The mind can rest in the idea that not everything must be fixed or certain. This is a gift of this world. Here, uncertainty feels like floating, like being held by warm water, trusting that it will support you without effort. Particles that exist and do not exist remind us that reality is flexible, that it moves softly between states, never fully locking itself into one shape. You may notice your own thoughts behaving the same way now, appearing gently, fading naturally. No struggle, no rush. The space between thoughts grows wider, quieter. This is a safe place for the mind. The gentle coming and going of these particles mirrors the rhythm of rest. A slow inhale, a calm pause, a quiet exhale. Presence and absence flowing together in harmony. Nothing here is wasted. Even the briefest existence leaves a trace of calm behind. A soft reminder that the universe allows things to be light, temporary, and still meaningful as we continue drifting. The particles keep appearing and fading around us like quiet companions on a nighttime walk. They do not ask for attention. They simply share the space for a moment, and in their gentle uncertainty, there is peace. A peace that does not need answers, a peace that does not hurry, a peace that feels like sleep, slowly arriving, carried on the soft rhythm of a universe that knows how to let go. As we remain in this quiet, floating space, something else begins to soften. It is not a thing you can touch or see clearly. It is the feeling of knowing. The sharp need to understand everything at once slowly loosens its grip. Here, certainty does not stand tall and firm. It relaxes. It blurs gently at the edges. The visuals around us begin to soften. Lines are no longer sharp. Shapes melt slightly into one another, like shadows in low evening light. Nothing disappears. It simply becomes less defined, more forgiving. In this world, knowing everything at the same time is not possible, and that is not a problem. It is part of the calm. Imagine sitting in a dim room at night, just before sleep. You can see the shapes of furniture, the outline of a window, the glow of the moon on the wall. But you do not see every detail, and you do not need to. The room still feels safe, familiar, whole. This is how knowledge feels here. You can know a little without knowing everything. You can sense what is happening without holding it tightly. The universe does not ask you to keep track of every detail. It allows you to rest in partial understanding as we float. The narrator's voice becomes softer, slower, like a bedtime thought spoken without urgency. The idea settles gently, like a pillow placed beneath the mind. There is comfort in this. Blurred at this level of reality. Things cannot be pinned down all at once. A particle cannot reveal its exact place an exact movement together. It keeps some of its secrets close, not out of refusal, but out of kindness. This is not about losing control. It is about letting go. Control feels heavy here. Certainty feels sharp, and the universe, at its quiet heart, prefers softness. The visuals show a gentle glow that shifts slightly when you look at it. Focus brings one detail into view, but another fades into the background. Nothing feels broken, nothing feels missing. It is simply the way this world stays balanced, like holding a sleeping child. You do not grip tightly, you hold gently, trusting that softness is enough. As the blur spreads, the mind begins to relax even more. The effort to understand fades. The need to label things grows quiet. Thoughts slow, becoming rounder, less pointed. You may notice how peaceful this feels. In the waking world, certainty often feels important. We try to know everything clearly, to define and measure and fix. But here, certainty is allowed to rest. It steps aside, making room for calm. Uncertainty does not rush in loudly. It arrives softly, like fog rolling over a field at night. The land beneath does not change. It is simply covered in gentleness. This blur does not hide truth, it protects it. It allows reality to remain flexible, alive, and kind. As we float deeper, the edges of thought continue to soften. You may find that questions no longer need answers right away. They can exist quietly, like stars behind thin clouds. Nothing demands clarity. Nothing insists on precision. The universe feels patient, willing to wait as long as needed. Your own breathing matches this feeling now. Slow, easy, unforced. The pause between breaths feels safe, not empty. In this place, letting go feels like relief, like setting down something heavy you did not realize you were carrying. The mind can rest without falling apart. Awareness remains, but it is gentle. Certainty blurs, but understanding deepens in a different way. Not through sharp focus, but through calm presence. The visuals glow softly, as if seen through half-closed eyes. Light and shadow blend. Movement becomes slower. Everything feels held in a quiet balance. You do not need to follow every detail of this world. You are allowed to drift, to listen, to feel. This gentle blur is an invitation to trust that not knowing everything is okay, that rest does not require answers, that peace can exist without clarity. As we continue onward, the blur remains with us, like a soft veil over reality. It keeps the night calm. It keeps the mind light. And within this gentle blur of certainty, sleep feels closer now, not forced, not sudden, just slowly, naturally approaching, carried on the quiet kindness of a universe that knows when to let go. As we drift deeper into this softened world, something tender begins to reveal itself. It is not loud. It does not arrive with surprise. It unfolds slowly, like a quiet thought forming in the mind just before sleep. Here, simply watching can change what happens, not in a sudden or dramatic way, not like a switch being flipped. Instead, the change is gentle, almost shy, as if reality notices the attention and responds with a soft adjustment. The way a room feels warmer when someone quietly enters. The visuals around us begin to shift. Light passes through the space, and patterns respond. Lines soften, paths bend slightly. Nothing breaks, nothing jumps. Everything moves with care. It feels like watching curtains move when a calm breeze drifts through an open window in this world. Observation is not an act of control. It is an act of presence. To look is not to force, but to participate. Reality listens gently when it is noticed. As you rest here, imagine a calm lake at night. The surface is smooth, reflecting the moon. When you look at it closely, the reflection changes slightly, not because you touched the water, but because your angle shifted, your attention softened. This is how observation works here. When something is watched, it does not panic, it does not freeze, it simply adjusts, like a sleeper rolling gently in their rest when they sense the warmth of a nearby presence. The patterns of light respond quietly. Waves that once spread freely now form slightly different shapes. Paths that were wide become focused. Other paths fade softly into the background. Nothing feels wrong. Nothing feels disturbed. Here, and continues on calmly. This moment feels curious, not confusing. There is no tension in the change, no demand to understand why it happens. The universe is not hiding a trick. It is sharing a gentle truth that attention matters, not because it controls, but because it connects. As we float, light drifts through thin spaces, and the glowing patterns rearrange themselves like slow-moving clouds. The movement is subtle, almost sleepy. You could miss it if you were not resting so deeply. But once you notice, it feels comforting. It reminds us that we are not separate from the world we observe. We are part of it. Our presence is woven softly into the fabric of reality. This idea does not feel heavy here. It feels warm. You are not being asked to watch carefully. You are not being tested. Simply being present is enough. The universe responds gently, without expectation, as observation continues. Some paths become clearer, while others dissolve into softness. Not because one is right and the other is wrong, but because attention brings certain possibilities into focus. Like a dream that sharpens when you remember it, then fades when you let it go. The visuals glow faintly, showing how light shifts its behavior when it is noticed. Sometimes it spreads calmly, sometimes it gathers slightly, forming patterns that feel intentional yet relaxed. Nothing resists, nothing struggles. This tender exchange between observer and world feels intimate, quiet, respectful. It is not about power, it is about relationship. As you rest in this space, your own thoughts may begin to respond in the same way. When you notice them, they change gently. When you release them, they soften and fade. Observation becomes a form of kindness. The universe here does not mind being seen. It does not hide. It does not perform. It simply adjusts, like a smile offered in response to a calm gaze. This understanding settles into the body as ease. The need to analyze fades. The desire to control loosens. Presence alone feels enough. As the scene continues to shift softly, the light grows warmer. Patterns settle into gentle balance. The space feels calm again, as if it has exhaled, and we drift onward, carrying this quiet truth with us, that simply being aware can shape the world gently. That attention does not have to be sharp to matter. In this tender moment, where observation changes the scene, the universe feels close, not demanding, not distant, just quietly aware, moving with us as we rest deeper into the night. As we move forward, the space around us opens even wider. The feeling of fixed paths begins to soften until it almost disappears. Here, nothing is locked into place. Nothing is decided too early. The universe does not make firm promises. Instead, it offers gentle chances. This is a world of probabilities. Imagine standing outside during a quiet snowfall at night. The air is still. Snowflakes drift slowly downward, each one taking its own path. Some fall straight, some sway gently from side to side. You cannot tell exactly where any single snowflake will land, and yet the scene feels calm, not uncertain. This is how reality moves here. There are no sharp lines saying what must happen. Instead, there are soft possibilities floating peacefully, waiting to settle when the moment feels right. Each possibility carries a quiet weight, a gentle pull, but nothing forces it into place. The visuals show countless faint paths glowing softly in the darkness. They overlap, cross, and fade into one another like thin threads of light. None of them shout, "This is the way." They simply exist, patient and open. Nothing is wrong with not knowing. In this world, not knowing is part of the design. Particles drift through fields of possibility, not choosing a single outcome right away. They explore gently, like a hand moving slowly through water, feeling the currents before resting. Each possible path is real in its own quiet way, even if only one will eventually settle into form. This feels peaceful. There is no pressure here to arrive at an answer, no rush to decide. The universe takes its time, allowing many futures to breathe softly before one becomes clear. As you float among these drifting chances, you may notice how comforting it feels to release the need for certainty. The mind does not have to plan. The heart does not have to prepare. Everything is allowed to unfold gently. The snowflake does not worry about where it will land. It simply falls. In this hidden world, reality behaves the same way. It moves forward without stress, trusting the quiet balance of chance and calm. Even when many possibilities exist at once, they do not compete. They rest side by side, like options waiting patiently. The visuals shimmer faintly as some paths grow slightly brighter, while others fade softly away. This is not loss. It is simply focus settling in one place for a moment. Nothing feels final. Nothing feels rigid. This softness allows the universe to remain alive and flexible. It can adjust, it can respond, it can breathe. You may feel your own thoughts mirroring this now. Instead of clear answers, there are gentle feelings. Instead of fixed plans, there is openness. And that openness feels safe. Here, peace comes from acceptance, not control. The idea that things are not fixed does not bring fear, it brings freedom. It means the future is not heavy. It is light, floating, ready to land softly wherever it belongs. As we continue drifting, the paths of possibility move around us like slow-moving constellations. Each one glows briefly, then dims, making room for another. The space remains calm, balanced, kind. Nothing demands that you follow a certain path. You are free to rest, to observe, to simply float among the chances without choosing any of them. This world of probabilities does not need promises. It does not need guarantees. It trusts the quiet order beneath the surface, the gentle rhythm that guides everything without force. As the visuals grow dimmer and softer, the feeling of peace deepens. Not knowing feels like a warm blanket rather than an open question. And in this calm place, where chances drift like snowflakes in the night, it feels natural to let go, to stop asking where things will land, to trust that wherever they do, it will be gentle. We float onward, carried by quiet possibility, deeper into the slow, comforting rhythm of the night, as the drifting paths of possibility slowly fade into the background. A new feeling begins to form. It is subtle at first, a sense of closeness that does not depend on distance, a connection that exists quietly without movement or sound in this gentle space. Some particles are far apart, separated by wide stretches of calm darkness, and yet they are deeply linked. They do not call out to each other. They do not travel across space to meet. They simply remain connected, silently and completely. The visuals show two soft glows, resting in different places. One may be far to the left, the other far to the right. Between them lies a wide, quiet emptiness, and yet, when one glow shifts slightly, the other responds at the same gentle moment. No signal travels between them. No time is spent crossing the space. The response feels instant, but not rushed, calm, not urgent, like two hearts sharing the same slow rhythm, even while resting in separate bodies. This connection does not feel technical or strange here. It feels emotional, familiar, like knowing someone is thinking of you without being told. In this hidden world, distance does not weaken every bond. Some connections live outside of space. They are formed softly at the moment two particles meet, and they remain even when the particles drift far apart. Nothing pulls them together physically. Nothing forces them to stay linked. They simply are. The visuals grow warmer now. The distant glows pulse faintly, matching each other's rhythm. When one brightens slightly, the other does too. When one dims, the other follows, like a shared breath taken together across the quiet dark dot. It feels intimate, not loud, not dramatic, just deeply close. This bond does not need explanation. It does not need words. It exists beyond description, like a feeling that settles into the chest without asking to be named. As we float among these quiet connections, the idea of separation begins to soften. Being far apart does not always mean being alone. Being distant does not always mean being disconnected in this world. Relationship is woven deeper than space. The particles do not choose this bond each moment. They do not decide to stay linked. The connection is simply there, steady and calm, like a promise made once and never questioned again. You may feel something gentle stir as you listen, a memory of someone you care about, a sense of closeness that exists even in silence. This world reflects that feeling without trying to explain it. The universe here understands quiet bonds. The visuals slow, even more now. The space between the glows feels peaceful, not empty. It holds the connection gently, like a cradle holding shared presence. Nothing about this bond feels forced. Nothing feels fragile. It does not depend on constant movement or attention. It remains strong, even in stillness. This teaches a soft lesson without speaking it aloud. That connection does not always need effort. That some bonds exist simply because they were formed, and they remain because they belong as the particles continue to respond to one another in silence. The feeling grows warmer. The universe feels kind. It allows closeness without crowding. togetherness without touch. Your own breathing stays slow and easy. The rhythm of connection feels familiar, like the steady presence of someone sitting quietly beside you. No words are exchanged. No actions are required, just shared existence as we drift onward. The distant glows slowly dim, not disappearing, but resting. Their bond remains, even when it is no longer visible. The space returns to calm darkness, holding the memory of connection gently within it. And we carry that feeling with us, that even across distance, even in silence, deep connections can remain quiet, steady, unbroken. In this place of two particles and one quiet connection, the universe feels deeply human, and the night feels warmer, filled with a sense of belonging that needs no explanation as we continue drifting softly toward rest. As the quiet connection fades into the background, another feeling begins to change around us. It is subtle, almost unnoticeable at first. The steady ticking we are used to no longer seems present. Time, as we know it, loosens its pace. Here, time does not march forward loudly. It does not count seconds. It does not hurry moments along. Instead, it flows gently, like a slow stream moving through a calm valley at night. The space around us feels wider now, as if moments have more room to breathe. Nothing pushes the next thing to arrive. Nothing pulls the past away too quickly. Everything rests in a soft balance between what was and what will be. The narrator's voice remains slow, unforced, almost floating. There is no need to think hard about time here. It is something to drift within, not something to measure. Imagine watching the sky at dusk. The light changes slowly, almost without notice. One moment, the sky is pale blue, then, gently, it becomes deeper, warmer, quieter. You are not aware of the exact second when day turns into night. It simply happens. This is how time feels here. At the smallest scale, time bends slightly. It stretches when things are calm. It softens when movement is gentle. Moments do not line up in sharp order. They overlap like waves that rise and fall. Without clear edges, some moments feel longer, like a deep breath held comfortably. Others feel shorter, like a blink that passes before you notice it. And yet, nothing feels rushed or delayed. Everything arrives when it needs to. The visuals around us move in slow motion now. Light drifts lazily. Particles glide without urgency. Even change itself feels patient, as if the universe has decided there is no need to hurry. Here, time is not a ruler. It is a companion. It walks beside events quietly, adjusting its pace to match the softness of the world around it. When movement slows, time slows too. When motion flows freely, time moves with it, calm and flexible. This softness makes everything feel kinder. In the everyday world, time can feel sharp. It presses forward. It reminds us of schedules and endings. But here, time releases that pressure. It becomes something you can rest inside, like warm water holding you gently. You may notice how your own sense of time begins to change as you listen. Minutes feel less important. The idea of before and after becomes less clear. There is only this moment, unfolding slowly and comfortably. The universe here does not rush to reach the future. It allows the present to stretch, to deepen, to exist fully. This makes even the smallest movements feel meaningful without making them feel heavy. Time bends slightly around gentle motion, like light bending softly through glass. It does not break, it does not stop, it simply curves, adapting to the calm rhythm of the smallest things. As particles move, time moves with them. As vibrations hum, time hums too. Everything stays in quiet agreement. There is no countdown here, no deadline, no race. This softness invites rest. You are not behind, you are not late, you are exactly where you need to be. As we float deeper, the idea of time continues to blur gently. Past moments feel like distant echoes, still present but no longer demanding attention. Future moments feel light and open, not heavy with expectation. The present feels wide and safe. The narrator's voice stays slow, leaving space between words, allowing each idea to settle before the next one arrives. Silence becomes part of the story, not something to fill, but something to enjoy. In this place, time feels like breathing. In, pause, out. Each part flows naturally into the next, without force. The visuals dim slightly, becoming warmer and softer. Movement slows even more. Everything feels held in a quiet pause that is neither beginning nor end. This is where rest lives. As we continue drifting, time remains gentle, flexible, kind. It follows us without pushing. It carries us without pulling. And in this softened flow of time, it becomes easier to let go. Easier to stop counting. Easier to sink deeper into the calm. Knowing that here, at the smallest scale, time knows how to move slowly enough for sleep to arrive naturally. As time continues to flow softly around us, another quiet feeling begins to settle beneath the drifting light, the calm space, and the gentle movement. There is a sense of order, not a strict order, not one made of sharp rules or hard lines, but a peaceful order, moving quietly through everything. The universe here feels like a gentle equation, not written with numbers, not solved with effort. Instead, it appears as flowing lines, slow curves, and calm shapes that rise and fall together. These shapes do not demand attention. They simply guide, like a soft current guiding a leaf along a stream. The visuals show smooth patterns moving through space. Lines loop and return to themselves. Shapes repeat in quiet ways, never exact, never forced. Each one fits naturally into the next, like notes in a slow melody. Nothing feels random here. Nothing feels chaotic. The universe prefers harmony. In this place of two particles and one quiet connection, the universe feels deeply human, and the night feels warmer, filled with a sense of belonging that needs no explanation as we continue drifting softly toward rest. As the quiet connection fades into the background, another feeling begins to change around us. It is subtle, almost unnoticeable at first. The steady ticking we are used to no longer seems present. Time, as we know it, loosens its pace. Here, time does not march forward loudly. It does not count seconds. It does not hurry moments along. Instead, it flows gently, like a slow stream moving through a calm valley at night. The space around us feels wider now, as if moments have more room to breathe. Nothing pushes the next thing to arrive. Nothing pulls the past away too quickly. Everything rests in a soft balance between what was and what will be. The narrator's voice remains slow, unforced, almost floating. There is no need to think hard about time here. It is something to drift within, not something to measure. Imagine watching the sky at dusk. The light changes slowly, almost without notice. One moment, the sky is pale blue. Then, gently, it becomes deeper, warmer, quieter. You are not aware of the exact second when day turns into night. It simply happens. This is how time feels here. At the smallest scale, time bends slightly. It stretches when things are calm. It softens when movement is gentle. Moments do not line up in sharp order. They overlap like waves that rise and fall. Without clear edges, some moments feel longer, like a deep breath held comfortably. Others feel shorter, like a blink that passes before you notice it. And yet, nothing feels rushed or delayed. Everything arrives when it needs to. The visuals around us move in slow motion now. Light drifts lazily. Particles glide without urgency. Even change itself feels patient, as if the universe has decided there is no need to hurry. Here, time is not a ruler. It is a companion. It walks beside events quietly, adjusting its pace to match the softness of the world around it. When movement slows, time slows too. When motion flows freely, time moves with it, calm and flexible. This softness makes everything feel kinder. In the everyday world, time can feel sharp. It presses forward. It reminds us of schedules and endings. But here, time releases that pressure. It becomes something you can rest inside, like warm water holding you gently. You may notice how your own sense of time begins to change as you listen. Minutes feel less important. The idea of before and after becomes less clear. There is only this moment, unfolding slowly and comfortably. The universe here does not rush to reach the future. It allows the present to stretch, to deepen, to exist fully. This makes even the smallest movements feel meaningful without making them feel heavy. Time bends slightly around gentle motion, like light bending softly through glass. It does not break, it does not stop. It simply curves, adapting to the calm rhythm of the smallest things. As particles move, time moves with them. As vibrations hum, time hums too. Everything stays in quiet agreement. There is no countdown here, no deadline, no race. This softness invites rest. You are not behind, you are not late, you are exactly where you need to be. As we float deeper, the idea of time continues to blur gently. Past moments feel like distant echoes, still present, but no longer demanding attention. Future moments feel light and open, not heavy with expectation. The present feels wide and safe. The narrator's voice stays slow, leaving space between words, allowing each idea to settle before the next one arrives. Silence becomes part of the story, not something to fill, but something to enjoy. In this place, time feels like breathing. In, pause, out. Each part flows naturally into the next, without force. The visuals dim slightly, becoming warmer and softer. Movement slows even more. Everything feels held in a quiet pause that is neither beginning nor end. This is where rest lives. As we continue drifting, time remains gentle, flexible, kind. It follows us without pushing. It carries us without pulling. And in this softened flow of time, it becomes easier to let go. Easier to stop counting. Easier to sink deeper into the calm, knowing that here, at the smallest scale, time knows how to move slowly enough for sleep to arrive naturally. As time continues to flow softly around us, another quiet feeling begins. to settle in beneath the drifting light, the calm space, and the gentle movement. There is a sense of order, not a strict order, not one made of sharp rules or hard lines, but a peaceful order, moving quietly through everything. The universe here feels like a gentle equation, not written with numbers, not solved with effort. Instead, it appears as flowing lines, slow curves, and calm shapes that rise and fall together. These shapes do not demand attention. They simply guide, like a soft current guiding a leaf along a stream. The visuals show smooth patterns moving through space. Lines loop and return to themselves. Shapes repeat in quiet ways, never exact, never forced. Each one fits naturally into the next, like notes in a slow melody. Nothing feels random here. Nothing feels chaotic. The universe prefers harmony. These patterns do not rush to reveal themselves. They unfold patiently, layer by layer. Some are large and slow, stretching across wide spaces. Others are small and delicate, almost hidden, yet still important. Together, they create balance. You may notice how calming it feels to watch these patterns move. There is no need to follow them closely, no need to understand where they begin or end. The feeling they create is enough. Like watching waves roll in at night, knowing they follow the pull of something deep and steady. Even if you do not see it, the universe does not shout its structure, it whispers it. The patterns guide particles, light and time itself, not by force, but by quiet agreement. Everything seems to know where it belongs. The visuals grow warmer now, as the flowing shapes overlap gently. Where they meet, the space glows softly, like candlelight reflected on a wall. Nothing collides, nothing competes. Each shape makes room for the others. This is how the universe stays calm. Even change follows gentle patterns. When something shifts, it does so smoothly, sliding into a new balance without breaking the old one. There are no sharp turns, no sudden stops. Harmony is preferred. As we float among these quiet equations, the mind begins to relax even more. The need to figure things out fades. You are not asked to solve anything. You are simply invited to feel how steady and kind the structure of reality is beneath the surface. These patterns are not cold, they are warm. They feel like care rather than control. You may sense how this mirrors the way your body rests. Your breath follows a pattern. Your heart moves in rhythm. Your thoughts slow into gentle loops that repeat without effort. Nothing here needs to be forced into order. Order arises naturally, like a calm tide returning again and again. The universe does not fear imbalance. It knows how to settle itself. When things move too far one way, the patterns gently guide them back, not with punishment, but with patience. This makes the world feel safe. The visuals show flowing paths, bending gracefully, never snapping, never tearing. Light follows these paths without resistance, like it trusts them completely. Particles move along the curves, resting where the flow feels right. Even silence follows a pattern here. It rises and falls, allowing sound and motion to appear briefly, then fade back into quiet. As we continue drifting, the idea of chaos feels distant. There is movement, yes, there is change, but it all happens within a calm structure that prefers balance over disruption. This gentle equation does not demand perfection. It allows small differences, tiny variations, soft imperfections that make the pattern richer, not weaker. The universe feels like a long, slow song, repeating familiar themes while allowing gentle changes over time. As you listen, you may feel comfort in this idea that beneath everything there is a quiet order that does not need to be watched closely to work. It simply does. You can rest within it. The visuals dim slightly, becoming softer as the flowing shapes slow their motion. The patterns remain steady and calm, holding the space together without effort. And as we drift onward, carried by this gentle equation, it becomes easier to trust the night, easier to trust rest, easier to believe that even in uncertainty, harmony is always quietly guiding things back into balance. The universe prefers peace, and here, wrapped in its calm patterns, so do we, as the gentle patterns of the universe continue to flow around us. Another quiet rhythm becomes clear. It is softer than movement, calmer than change. It is the rhythm of energy itself, resting and rising in a slow, peaceful cycle. Here, energy does not rush. It does not burn brightly without pause. It sleeps and then it wakes. The visuals glow softly now, pulsing with a slow, steady rhythm. Light grows a little brighter, then gently fades, only to return again. The motion feels familiar, comforting, like watching a calm chest rise and fall during deep sleep. This is how energy lives. Here, it breathes in this hidden world. Energy is not loud or sharp. It does not demand attention. It moves quietly, resting when it needs to, gathering itself without effort, then rising gently when the time feels right. Nothing is forced. Imagine sitting beside someone who is sleeping peacefully. You do not hear words. You do not see movement beyond the slow rise and fall of their breath. Yet you know life is flowing through them, steady and sure. This is how energy feels in this place. It settles into stillness, not disappearing, just resting. Then, slowly, it awakens again, spreading softly through space, like warmth returning after a cool night. The pulses you see are calm and even. There is no sudden surge, no sharp burst. Each glow arrives smoothly, lingers for a moment, then fades. With kindness, this rhythm holds the universe together. Energy here understands balance. It knows when to move and when to rest. It does not stay awake forever. It does not sleep too deeply. It follows a gentle cycle that keeps everything calm and alive. As we float within this rhythm, the sense of safety deepens. There is no fear of things stopping or starting to suddenly. Everything flows in a trusted pattern. Your own body may respond to this quiet breathing of the universe. Your chest rises, it falls. Your breath becomes slower, deeper, more relaxed. You do not need to guide it. It follows naturally. Energy flows through you the same way. In this world, energy does not rush to fill every space. It allows pauses. It allows silence. These moments of rest are not empty. They are full of quiet strength, gathering gently beneath the surface. The visuals show waves of glow, moving outward, then retreating again. Each pulse feels like a soft heartbeat shared by everything around us. Space itself seems to breathe along with it. Nothing here is wasted. These patterns do not rush to reveal themselves. They unfold patiently, layer by layer. Some are large and slow, stretching across wide spaces. Others are small and delicate, almost hidden, yet still important. Together, they create balance. You may notice how calming it feels to watch these patterns move. There is no need to follow them closely, no need to understand where they begin or end. The feeling they create is enough, like watching waves roll in at night, knowing they follow the pull of something deep and steady. Even if you do not see it, the universe does not shout its structure, it whispers it. The patterns guide particles, light and time itself, not by force, but by quiet agreement. Everything seems to know where it belongs. The visuals grow warmer now as the flowing shapes overlap gently. Where they meet, the space glows softly, like candlelight reflected on a wall. Nothing collides, nothing competes. Each shape makes room for the others. This is how the universe stays calm. Even change follows gentle patterns. When something shifts, it does so smoothly, sliding into a new balance without breaking the old one. There are no sharp turns, no sudden stops. Harmony is preferred. As we float among these quiet equations, the mind begins to relax even more. The need to figure things out fades. You are not asked to solve anything. You are simply invited to feel how steady and kind the structure of reality is beneath the surface. These patterns are not cold, they are warm. They feel like care rather than control. You may sense how this mirrors the way your body rests. Your breath follows a pattern. Your heart moves in rhythm. Your thoughts slow into gentle loops that repeat without effort. Nothing here needs to be forced into order. Order arises naturally, like a calm tide returning again and again. The universe does not fear imbalance. It knows how to settle itself. When things move too far one way, the patterns gently guide them back, not with punishment, but with patience. This makes the world feel safe. The visuals show flowing paths, bending gracefully, never snapping, never tearing. Light follows these paths without resistance, like it trusts them completely. Particles move along the curves, resting where the flow feels right. Even silence follows a pattern here. It rises and falls, allowing sound and motion to appear briefly, then fade back into quiet. As we continue drifting, the idea of chaos feels distant. There is movement, yes, there is change, but it all happens within a calm structure that prefers balance over disruption. This gentle equation does not demand perfection. It allows small differences, tiny variations, soft imperfections that make the pattern richer, not weaker. The universe feels like a long, slow song, repeating familiar themes while allowing gentle changes over time. As you listen, you may feel comfort in this idea that beneath everything there is a quiet order that does not need to be watched closely to work. It simply does. You can rest within it. The visuals dim slightly, becoming softer as the flowing shapes slow their motion. The patterns remain steady and calm, holding the space together without effort. And as we drift onward, carried by this gentle equation, it becomes easier to trust the night, easier to trust rest, easier to believe that even in uncertainty, harmony is always quietly guiding things back into balance. The universe prefers peace, and here, wrapped in its calm patterns, so do we, as the gentle patterns of the universe continue to flow around us. Another quiet rhythm becomes clear. It is softer than movement, calmer than change. It is the rhythm of energy itself, resting and rising in a slow, peaceful cycle. Here, energy does not rush. It does not burn brightly without pause. It sleeps and then it wakes. The visuals glow softly now, pulsing with a slow, steady rhythm. Light grows a little brighter, then gently fades, only to return again. The motion feels familiar, comforting, like watching a calm chest rise and fall during deep sleep. This is how energy lives. Here, it breathes in this hidden world. Energy is not loud or sharp. It does not demand attention. It moves quietly, resting when it needs to, gathering itself without effort, then rising gently when the time feels right. Nothing is forced. Imagine sitting beside someone who is sleeping peacefully. You do not hear words. You do not see movement beyond the slow rise and fall of their breath. Yet you know life is flowing through them, steady and sure. This is how energy feels in this place. It settles into stillness, not disappearing, just resting. Then, slowly, it awakens again, spreading softly through space, like warmth returning after a cool night. The pulses you see are calm and even. There is no sudden surge, no sharp burst. Each glow arrives smoothly, lingers for a moment, then fades. With kindness, this rhythm holds the universe together. Energy here understands balance. It knows when to move and when to rest. It does not stay awake forever. It does not sleep too deeply. It follows a gentle cycle that keeps everything calm and alive. As we float within this rhythm, the sense of safety deepens. There is no fear of things stopping or starting to suddenly. Everything flows in a trusted pattern. Your own body may respond to this quiet breathing of the universe. Your chest rises, it falls. Your breath becomes slower, deeper, more relaxed. You do not need to guide it. It follows naturally. Energy flows through you the same way. In this world, energy does not rush to fill every space. It allows pauses. It allows silence. These moments of rest are not empty. They are full of quiet strength, gathering gently beneath the surface. The visuals show waves of glow, moving outward, then retreating again. Each pulse feels like a soft heartbeat shared by everything around us. Space itself seems to breathe along with it. Nothing here is wasted. When energy rests, it is not gone. It is simply waiting, like a thought that has settled into the back of the mind, ready to rise again when needed. When it wakes, it does so calmly, without urgency. This creates a deep sense of trust. The universe does not panic. It does not hurry. It knows how to care for itself. As we drift deeper, the pulses grow slower. Longer pauses appear between them. The glow becomes warmer, softer. The space feels held in a peaceful rhythm that asks nothing of you. You are allowed to rest too. There is no need to stay alert, no need to follow every movement. The universe will continue breathing, whether you watch it or not. This gentle rise and fall continues everywhere, in particles, in light, in space itself. Energy sleeping and waking in perfect calm. The idea settles into the mind like a lullaby, that even the forces holding reality together know how to rest, that nothing needs to stay awake all the time to exist. As the visuals dim slightly, the pulsing glow remains steady and kind. Each rise feels like a soft reassurance. Each fall feels like a release. You are safe within this rhythm. And as we continue, drifting forward, carried by the breathing energy of the universe, it becomes easier to let go. easier to follow the same pattern, to rest when it feels right, to wake gently without effort. Here, energy knows how to sleep, and it knows how to wake again, just like you, slowly drifting deeper into the quiet comfort of the night. As the slow breathing of energy continues, another quiet understanding begins to take shape. It arrives gently, without asking for focus. A simple question settles softly into the space around us. If everything beneath is soft, moving, and gentle, why does the world we touch feel so firm? Why does a floor hold us up? Why does a wall feel steady? Why does a cup stay in our hand? The answer does not come as a sharp explanation. It unfolds slowly, like layers forming one by one in the calm of night. Here, reality is built patiently. Imagine soft snow falling for a long time. One snowflake alone melts quickly, but when many snowflakes settle together, layer after layer, the ground becomes firm. You can walk on it, you can feel its strength, yet it is still made of softness. Reality forms in the same gentle way. At the smallest level, everything moves. Vibrations hum, particles drift, light flows. Nothing is truly solid. But these tiny movements follow calm rules. They stay close, they repeat, they settle into patterns that last, layer by layer. These movements stack gently on top of one another. The visuals show thin, glowing layers forming slowly. Each layer is soft on its own, but together they create stability. Not because they are rigid, but because they agree to move together. This agreement is quiet. It does not require force. It is simply balance. Particles hold their places not by gripping tightly, but by resting comfortably within gentle patterns. Vibrations line up. Energy settles into steady rhythms. Over time, this creates something that feels solid to us, like a crowd standing close together. Each person relaxed, yet forming something strong as a whole. Nothing here feels tense. Stability is not stiffness. It is calm cooperation. The rules that guide this process are soft rules. They do not shout commands. They whisper suggestions. They allow movement, but within gentle limits. This creates a world that feels reliable without being harsh. The visuals grow warmer now, showing how countless tiny motions blend into smooth surfaces. Rough edges fade, gaps close gently. What was once open space becomes a steady form. This happens slowly, patiently. Reality does not rush to become solid. It takes its time, letting each layer settle fully before the next one forms. This patience gives strength. As you listen, you may notice how comforting this idea feels. That firmness does not come from hardness, but from harmony. That strength can be gentle. Your own body is part of this process. It feels solid because trillions of tiny movements are resting together in balance. Nothing inside you is frozen. Everything is moving softly, yet together they create a stable whole. This makes the world feel trustworthy. You can lean against a wall, you can sit on a chair, you can rest on the ground, not because these things are stiff and unchanging, but because their tiny parts are cooperating calmly, moment after moment. The universe prefers calm stability over rigid force. Even change happens gently. When something breaks, it does not explode into chaos at the smallest level. It simply rearranges its layers. Movements shift, patterns change, softness remains. This understanding settles quietly into the mind, that the solid world is not separate from the soft one beneath it. It is built from it, supported by it, held together by it. The visuals slow further, showing layers resting peacefully, glowing faintly in the dark. Nothing trembles, nothing struggles. Everything feels steady and kind. As we drift forward, the everyday world begins to feel less heavy, less sharp. Knowing it is built on softness makes it feel safer, more forgiving. You do not need to hold this idea clearly. Let it sit in the background. Like a quiet reassurance, the world is stable because it is gentle, not because it is harsh. As the layers settle fully, the scene becomes calm and still once more. The feeling of firmness remains, but it no longer feels rigid. It feels supportive, and within this gentle understanding of why reality feels solid, it becomes easier to relax into rest, to trust the surface beneath you, to let your body sink comfortably into sleep, held by a world that knows how to stay strong by staying soft. As the feeling of solidity settles gently around us, the scene shifts without hurry. We do not leave the quiet world behind. Instead, it follows us softly, like a warm glow that stays even when the lights are low. The smallest rules we have been drifting through do not remain hidden. They move with us, quietly touching daily life without asking to be noticed. Here, quantum ideas whisper. They do not shout from books or screens. They do not demand attention. They simply work in the background, steady and kind, helping the modern world move smoothly from moment to moment. The visuals remain slow and warm. A phone rests in a hand, glowing softly in the dark. Inside it, light flows gently through tiny paths, guided by calm rules we have already felt. Nothing dramatic happens. The screen responds quietly, as if it understands exactly what to do. These tiny rules do not feel distant anymore. They are here, close, familiar. Light moves through glass and thin layers with ease, following soft patterns that keep images clear and colors calm. The glow from a screen does not feel harsh. It feels gentle, shaped by the same small movements we watched earlier drifting through space. A lamp turns on in a quiet room. Light spreads evenly, filling the space without effort. Beneath that simple action, tiny particles and waves are working together, agreeing on how to move, how to glow, how to rest. They do this without sound, without struggle, just cooperation. The visuals show everyday tools resting peacefully. A computer hums softly. A radio light blinks calmly. Signals travel invisibly through the air, guided by gentle rules that allow them to pass without confusion. Nothing feels rushed. Quantum whispers help information move without tangling. They allow energy to travel where it is needed, then settle again. These rules do not interrupt life. They support it quietly, like steady hands holding something fragile. Even light itself, bouncing from walls, reflecting from faces, reaching your eyes, follows these soft principles. Each tiny interaction is calm, precise, and patient. There is no chaos behind the scenes, only quiet order. You may notice how comforting this feels. The world does not rely on force or tension to function. It relies on balance, on countless tiny choices made gently and consistently, moment after moment. As we drift through scenes of daily life, the warmth remains. A room at night, a streetlight, glowing softly. Windows reflecting calm light back into the darkness. Everywhere, the smallest rules are present, shaping comfort without being seen. A message travels from one place to another, crossing vast distances in silence. It does not rush. It does not collide. It arrives gently, thanks to tiny movements, working together in perfect calm. The visuals slow further, showing how these whispers never disturb the night. They fit into it. They respect its quiet. Quantum ideas do not demand understanding to be helpful. They do not require attention to do their work. They simply continue, supporting the gentle rhythm of modern life while allowing the human world to rest. Your own body benefits from these whispers too. Light reaches your eyes smoothly. Signals move calmly through nerves. Energy flows softly, helping you breathe, relax, and feel at ease. Nothing here feels mechanical or cold. It feels warm, human, alive. The universe does not separate its deepest rules from daily comfort. It weaves them together gently, making sure that even the smallest movements serve calm rather than chaos. As you rest, surrounded by this quiet support, it becomes clear that the smallest ideas are not distant or abstract. They are close, familiar, kind. They help lights glow softly. They help tools respond gently. They help the night remain peaceful. And they do all of this without asking for praise. The visuals dim slightly now. The everyday world fades back into softness, still supported by the quiet rules beneath it. Nothing changes suddenly. Everything continues calmly, just as it always has. As we drift onward, these quantum whispers remain with us, steady and unseen. They carry the world gently through the night, allowing you to rest, knowing that even the smallest parts of reality are working softly to keep everything balanced. In this calm understanding, the modern world feels less noisy, less demanding. It feels held by something deeper, quieter, and endlessly patient. And as the whispers continue, so does the slow, gentle journey toward rest, as the quiet whispers of the universe continue to fade into the background. A deeper calm begins to settle. The light around us dims slightly, not disappearing, just softening. Shapes become less clear. Edges blur into gentle shadows. The world feels more dreamlike now, as if it is slowly closing its eyes. In this space, a simple truth rests quietly. Not all answers are needed. You do not have to understand everything for things to be okay. You do not have to hold every detail in your mind. The universe does not ask this of you. It never has. Mystery here is not a problem to solve. It is a place to rest inside. Imagine lying on your back at night, looking up at the stars. You do not count them. You do not name them all. You simply let them be there, glowing softly, filling the sky with quiet wonder. Their mystery does not trouble you. It comforts you. This is how mystery feels in this world. The visuals grow softer now. Light drifts like fog through a valley at dawn. Nothing is sharp. Nothing needs to be clear. The lack of detail feels gentle, like a warm blanket pulled up around the mind. The narrator's voice stays slow and calm, reassuring without instruction. There is no need to push thoughts away. There is no need to chase understanding. Everything important already knows how to be. Here, not knowing is not failure, it is freedom. The smallest parts of reality hold secrets, not to hide from us, but to protect calm. If everything were fully known, fully clear, fully fixed, there would be no room to breathe. Mystery keeps space open. It keeps the universe soft as we float deeper into this dreamlike, quiet questions lose their sharpness. They become gentle shapes, drifting through the mind without urgency. You do not need to answer them. You can simply let them pass. This feels like relief. In the waking world, we often try to fill every gap with explanation. We search for clarity, for certainty, for control. But here, in the quiet heart of things, letting go feels kinder. The universe does not rush to explain itself. It allows mystery to exist peacefully, like darkness between stars. That darkness is not empty. It gives the stars space to shine. The visuals reflect this now. Bright points fade slightly, leaving wide, calm spaces between them. These spaces feel safe, welcoming, restful. They do not ask to be filled. Your breathing grows slower. The space between breaths grows longer. In that pause, nothing needs to happen. That pause is enough. Mystery holds you gently here. You may notice thoughts becoming softer, less complete. Sentences fade before they finish. Images dissolve into feeling. This is not confusion. This is rest. The universe understands that clarity can be tiring, that knowing everything can feel heavy. So it offers something lighter instead. A quiet trust that the patterns beneath everything are steady. Trust that the world continues gently, even when you are not watching closely. Trust that rest does not require answers. The visuals become more abstract now. Shapes stretch and blend. Colors fade into one another, like dreams just before sleep. Nothing is lost. It simply becomes less defined. This softness allows the mind to settle. You are not expected to carry understanding with you into sleep. You can set it down here, safely. The universe will keep it for you. Mystery becomes a cushion rather than a wall. You can lean into it. You can rest against it. It will not push back. As the narrator's voice continues, it feels closer now, quieter, like someone speaking softly so as not to wake you. Each word arrives slowly, leaving space around it. Not knowing is allowed. Not knowing is enough. The visuals dim further, becoming almost like shadows behind closed eyes. Light still exists, but it is distant, gentle, no longer asking to be seen. Clearly, in this place, wonder does not need explanation. It exists on its own, calm and complete. The beauty of the universe is not reduced by mystery. It is made richer by it. As we drift onward, the feeling of not fully knowing wraps around you like warmth. It tells you that you do not need to solve anything tonight. You do not need to figure out the universe before you rest. You are allowed to simply be. And within this gentle acceptance, where mystery is a place to rest instead of a question to answer, sleep feels closer now, quiet, safe, unhurried. The universe watches softly as you let go, holding its secrets close, not to keep you awake, but to let you finally drift. As the night deepens even further, the world around us grows quieter still. The edges of things continue to soften, and the light becomes more distant, like a memory of brightness rather than brightness itself. In this calm, the universe does not offer answers. It offers something gentler. It offers questions, not sharp ones, not urgent ones, soft questions that do not ask to be solved, only felt. The visuals shift slowly. Stars no longer shine as clear points. They blur into glowing dots, scattered gently across the dark like drops of light on velvet. They do not demand attention. They simply glow, patient and quiet. Particles shimmer faintly now, like distant thoughts passing through the mind just before sleep. They appear briefly, then fade, leaving behind a feeling rather than a meaning. Nothing stays long enough to be held tightly, and that feels right. Here, curiosity does not push forward. It rests, it floats, it moves slowly, like a leaf drifting. On still water, there is no pressure to follow it, no need to chase understanding. The universe asks its questions softly, as if it already knows you do not need to answer. What is this moment made of? What lies beneath this feeling? What moves quietly when nothing seems to move at all? These questions do not come with tension. They do not open gaps that must be filled. They open space instead. Wide, calm space where the mind can stretch out and rest. The narrator's voice remains low and warm, almost blending into the silence. Between words, each sentence feels like a gentle invitation, not an instruction. You are not being asked to think harder. You are being allowed to think less. Curiosity here feels like comfort. It feels like sitting by a window at night, watching distant lights flicker without wondering who turned them on or why. The watching itself is enough. As the stars blur and the particles shimmer, the universe feels less like a puzzle and more like a companion. It walks beside you quietly, offering wonder without demand. The questions it carries are not heavy. They do not weigh on the mind. They float gently, like warm air rising and slowly disappearing into the night. You may notice how peaceful this feels. In the waking world, questions often feel urgent. They ask for answers. They push for clarity. But here, questions are allowed to remain open. They do not need to close to be complete. The visuals grow more dreamlike. Light softens into haze. Shapes stretch and dissolve, like images seen through half-closed eyes. Everything feels slightly out of focus, and that softness is comforting. Nothing needs to be clear. The universe does not rush to explain itself because it trusts the calm of not knowing. It understands that rest lives in openness, not resolution. Resolution.s. You drift through this space. Your own curiosity may begin to change. It becomes quieter, kinder, less about finding and more about feeling. You are not searching. You are simply present. Particles continue to shimmer like passing thoughts. Each one carries a quiet suggestion, then lets it go. Stars glow like gentle questions scattered across the sky, each one content to remain unanswered. This creates a deep sense of ease. You are not missing anything. You are not behind. You are not expected to understand the universe tonight. You are only asked to rest within its softness. The questions remain, but they feel like pillows rather than problems. You can lean against them. You can drift beside them. They will not wake you. As the visuals dim further, the glow becomes faint and warm, like embers after a fire has settled. The universe's questions grow quieter too, almost whispering themselves into silence. Curiosity becomes a gentle hum rather than a voice. It blends into the background of calm, no longer standing apart from rest. In this place, the universe feels like a soft question asked in the dark, not to be answered, but to be held. And as you hold it lightly, without effort, without thought, it slowly fades into the quiet. The night grows deeper, the space grows calmer, and within this peaceful curiosity, where questions are gentle and unhurried, it feels natural to drift, even closer to sleep, carried by a universe that does not need answers to remain kind. The night feels deeper now, quieter, softer than before. The movement around us slows until it is almost still, yet not frozen. Everything drifts, weightless and calm, as if the universe itself has decided to rest. You are floating. There is no ground beneath you, no sky above you. Direction no longer matters. Up and down dissolve into a gentle openness. You are held by the space itself, supported without effort, like a leaf resting on still water. The visuals move slowly, almost too slowly to notice. Tiny points of light drift past, glowing faintly before fading into the dark. They do not hurry, they do not collide. Each one follows its own quiet path, guided by soft rules that ask nothing of you. This is the quantum night. Here, everything feels lighter. The heaviness of the day is gone. The weight of thought has loosened. Even the idea of the body begins to soften, as if you are becoming part of the calm space around you. You float through the smallest parts of existence, where matter is no longer solid and time barely moves. Tiny vibrations hum gently beneath. The silence, like distant echoes that never grow loud enough to disturb the peace. The air feels warm, even though there is no air at all. It is a feeling rather than a thing, a sense of comfort that surrounds you without touching. Light drifts by in slow motion, stretching softly as it moves. It does not shine brightly, it glows like moonlight seen through thin clouds. Each glow feels like a passing thought, calm and unimportant, free to come and go. You are not traveling anywhere specific. There is no destination. Floating itself is the experience. Particles shimmer gently in the distance, appearing and fading like dreams that never fully form. They do not ask to be remembered. They do not need to stay. Their brief presence feels complete on its own. The universe feels very close now, not vast and distant, but intimate, as if you are drifting inside its quiet breath, moving with it rather than through it. There is no sound, yet the silence feels full. It carries a soft depth, like the quiet of a room where someone you trust is sleeping nearby. Nothing needs to be said. As you float, your breathing grows even slower. Each breath feels wide and easy. The pause between breaths stretches gently, holding you in a calm space where nothing is missing. Thoughts drift past in the same way the particles do. They appear softly, then dissolve before they can become heavy. You do not follow them. You do not push them away. You simply let them float by. This is rest at its deepest level. The visuals continue to slow. Motion becomes almost invisible. The glow around you dims slightly, turning warmer, softer. Everything feels wrapped in a quiet stillness that does not press or pull. You may feel as if you are no longer separate from what you are watching. The boundary between you and the space around you fades. There is only drifting, only calm presence. The smallest parts of existence move around you like a gentle tide. They carry no urgency. They hold no tension. They simply are. This floating does not require effort. You are not balancing. You are not holding yourself up. The universe supports you naturally, the way it supports everything else, as the night continues. The feeling of floating deepens. You are carried by slow currents of calm, moving without direction, without intention. Time feels distant now, like something that belongs to another place. Here, there is only this quiet moment, stretched gently into softness. The visuals grow darker, but not empty. The darkness feels alive, with subtle warmth. Tiny movements continue beneath the surface, but they are slow enough to feel like stillness. You are safe here. Nothing will startle you. Nothing will rush you. Nothing will demand attention. The quantum night holds you gently, inviting you to sink deeper into rest. Floating becomes effortless. Awareness softens. The need to stay awake fades naturally, like light dimming at the end of the day. As you drift through these smallest parts of existence, the universe feels like a cradle, quiet, steady, patient, and in this gentle floating, where everything moves slowly and nothing weighs you down, sleep feels very close now, not sudden, not forced, just waiting softly, ready to welcome you as you continue drifting through the calm, endless night. The night has grown very quiet now. The drifting slows even more until it feels almost like stillness. The faint glows around you dim gently, like stars fading at the edge of dawn. Nothing disappears suddenly. Everything softens, slowly, kindly, as if the universe itself is careful not to wake you. The narrator's voice grows lower, calmer, unhurried. You have traveled far tonight, not across distance, but into softness, into the quiet spaces beneath reality. And now, there is nothing more you need to follow, nothing more you need to hold. Take a slow breath in and let it fall away easily. The ideas we explored no longer need words. They do not need form. They begin to fade gently, like starlight sinking into the early morning sky. Still there, but no longer bright, no longer asking for attention. Particles rest, light settles, space grows calm. The quantum world does not close a door. It simply grows quiet, trusting that you are safe enough now to let go. The tiny movements continue, but they move far below awareness, like waves beneath a sleeping surface. Another soft breath. Your body feels heavier now, supported completely. There is nothing to adjust, nothing to fix. You are exactly where you need to be. The universe breathes slowly with you, in, out. Thoughts that remain are gentle and loose. They drift without shape, without meaning, dissolving before they can become sharp. You do not follow them. You let them pass, like clouds moving across a dark sky. The visuals dim further. Darkness becomes warm rather than empty. It wraps around you like a familiar blanket, carrying no questions, no expectations. Everything grows quiet. As everything grows quiet, let the story of quantum physics settle into your breath and drift with you into sleep. Let it become a feeling rather than a thought, a calm presence rather than an idea. You do not need to remember anything from tonight. Rest does not require memory. It only asks for surrender. The smallest parts of the universe continue their gentle work without you watching. They hum softly. They balance patiently. They will be there when you wake, unchanged, unhurried. For now, you can rest. Breathing slows. The pause between breaths widens. Awareness softens into comfort. The narrator's voice slows even more, leaving longer spaces between words until even the words begin to fade. Nothing more is coming. Nothing more is needed. Let the last quiet breath of this story stay with you, warm and light as you drift deeper. May sleep come gently. May the night hold you kindly. Good night.